Hello, and thank you for joining in. Thank you for tuning in, Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Just a quick reminder, don't forget to check out the apparel shop at Stampersdelightshop.com. Also, we have the perfect partners. Today is the last day. This is September 30th, the end of the month. You also want to sign up for the October 1st, which is tomorrow, the free card making event. Donna Gray and myself have the Sweet Licious Fun Fold Club for the month of October, which is with the Boughs of Holly. My monthly class for October is going to be with the Warm Welcome. All the links are below, so you're going to want to check that all out. Today is the last day to sign up for my fall retreat. And in that retreat, in the swag bag, you get the Mistletoe Magic Bundle, you get the soft seedlings, you get the gems that are pictured there, 2 different designer series papers, half a pack of each. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. Today is the last day to sign up. So you're going to go to that link and register. And since I am going to be using the soft seedlings for the retreat, I thought I would show you a couple of techniques today with that stamp set. So let me flip the camera. Cough, of course. And here is the soft seedlings. And I'm going to do a couple of different things here. I am going to be using the white, shimmery white. Sorry about that. I had to think about that for a moment. And I will tell you right now, I'm going to move this camera up a little bit. There's my host code for the last day of September. I don't recommend any of these techniques if you've just had your nails done. So I haven't, so that's why I figured I'd do them now. All right, so right now what I have is a piece of the shimmery white, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. And I am going to do the baby white technique with this. So I'm going to grab a couple of baby wipes here. Yes, these are oldies but goodies. I'm going to grab some out of this packet. 3 or 4 are plenty. You just want to get a good cushion there. I got 3 right here. I think that's enough. Well, let me add the rest because I'm going to be using this for all 3 cards. So that's good. All right. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some re-inkers. And I have one of my favorites for the fall, Mary Merlot. I probably don't need all these different purples colors, but... And I'm just adding some of that. You never know how this is going to come out. I'm going to add in some rich raspberry because that's another fall color that I like. I'm going to add in a little blackberry bliss. All right. And then in between those, I am going to add some old olive. Oh, this is garden green. Sorry. Let's grab garden green. Any green will work. And then in between, I am going to add some Mango Melody. Now, the thing with this is none of your cards will ever look the same. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've got my piece of shimmery white. I'm going to go ahead and grab my large stamp, and I am going to ink that up. And you see it's getting all over, but it's okay. I have no idea what it's going to look like. We're going to find out in a moment. Oh, nice. It's okay that some of those spots did not quite come out because we're going to add to that. I'm closing it up because I am going to be reusing that for the other cards. I just want to get myself, using a baby wipe here so that I don't get ink on everything. Let that dry for a couple of seconds. And here's another piece of shimmery white. And I am going to just grab my bone folder. Okay, that's going to go right on top of here. So that's just a smidge smaller. And I just think this is such a really elegant looking card. I'm going to grab So Grateful, and I love the font on this soft seedling set. So Grateful. Put that open. I'm going to bring in a block here, and I am going to bring in my pastels. And let me see if I have my little shovel handle here. I'm going to scrape off some of that. Because I want a soft, subtle color to the background. You can use the stamp pad, but this gives it a little more subtle color. And I'm just going to swirl that in the center. Just like that. Tap off or blow off the excess. And inside, we're going to say, so grateful for you. So this can definitely be for Thanksgiving because you're grateful for somebody. We're going to just put that in there. Once again, I am going to bring in a piece of blotter paper. And I'm going to use this again. I'm not going to re-ink it yet because it shouldn't need it. And I just want a little faint image there. I'm going to grab an envelope. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not even going to re-ink it. I'll just do a real faint one there. Okay. All right, let's put that aside for a second. Now I'm going to bring this back in. And I am going to add some dimensionals on this. Go. Add that right on the top. And we have a nice, elegant card to send for Thanksgiving. Now, that's technique number one. Now, technique number two is, this is shimmery paper, right? We used to have shimmery envelopes. So I want a shimmery envelope. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take my Wink of Stella. It does have to be a pretty good new Wink of Stella because you want to get some of this. Let's just see if any of this is coming out. Yeah, I see it. You're just going to tap that all over your envelope. Flip it over here. And if it needs to be squeezed a little bit more, you can do that. Just tap it down all over. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's some shimmer now on my envelope. Quick, easy, but such a nice card, right? Okay, let me show you another sample of that one I did. And then after I did the whole thing, what I did was I ran it through our fall leaves or leave fall embossing folder. So you can do that too. Still shots will be on Stampersdelight.com, so you can see both. Okay, so that was another idea. All right, now the next one I have for you is we are going to take a piece of that shimmery white. I need a square here, or you could use a circle, but I'm going to use a square. And I have the large square already done. I hate to use that, but I am going to use that. I'm going to stick that in the middle. Okay, so the next technique is the bubble wrap technique. Another kind of messy one, but fun. I'm going to use pale papaya, inking that all up. Now I want this very light, so I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to take some of that ink off. This is why you get so inky. All right, now I'm going to lay that. Actually, a Post-it note would work great if I had a better Post-it note, a bigger one, but I don't, so I'm using this. I'm going to lay this down, and I'm just going to press that around. I'm going to lift it up, and I have this background. Seems awful dark, my lights today, don't they? Let me just try to brighten that up. Seems like it's... Let me just bring this one in closer. Okay, so there I have some background. Now I'm going to need this again. And I'm going to take this and I'm just going to blot some more of that off. Now I'm going to bring in my Merry Merlot, which is, again, pretty dark. And I'm going to flip that over. I really, really don't want that dark. Just press it off. Flip it over. I am going to do the same thing. I'm going to put that right back in there. And lay this down again. You see it getting it on my fingers, which is getting on the back of your card. So make sure you have something close by to wipe your hands with. Now I can take this. I could still use this piece on that side, so I'm going to save it. Move that right out of the way. I'm going to flip this over. Now I have this background with those fall colors. And I'm going to bring in that stamp again. And my pad here. Actually, there's 4 techniques when I think about it. I'm squishing this down, and I am going to put that right in the square here. Let it sit for a minute so the ink soaks up. Very faint image, but still really nice. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to grab, I think, the hello. We'll just use a hello on here. And I'm just going to put hello. Again, I'm bringing in the shimmery white. Fold that in here. And this one, I'm going to grab some ribbon here. This one, I think I will grab this ribbon. And I'm just going to put a little ribbon on this one. So I'm going to dress this one up just a little bit more. And where did my... There it is. Okay, so I'm going to add some adhesive here. Just like that. Cut that off. And this one I'm going to lay, do I want to lay it flat? No, I think I'm going to bump it up with the dimensionals. I just like the way that looks. So we'll grab some more dimensionals. I'm going to put one right on there to keep that paper or that ribbon where it's supposed to be. Remember, these techniques are a little messy. I'm going to put this right there. I'm just going to tie a bow and add that. Actually, I'm going to grab it and I'll do it right here. Now, I tie my bows upside down. Seems to be the only way they come out, right? And going to just loop that around. bring that through, and then I turn it. And then just turn it the way you want it, and make it the size you want. I can also slide that over so that I have a larger bow. I don't really mind if the tails of the bow hang down because they will still fit in the envelope. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my champagne rhinestones. And add a few of those. I'll put one right there. And I'll put one right here. Okay, now again, going in, I'm still using that same baby wipe and pressing down on it. So I'm still getting an image. Now you're starting to see that, yeah, it may need a little bit more. So for the next card, we will add a little bit more. So I'm not going to shimmer this envelope. You saw how I did that. I'm just going to see if I can get some more off of this. Oh, yeah. Just press down a little harder. And there's my envelope for that one. So the first technique, of course, was the baby wipes. The second technique, technically, was splashing the envelope with your Wink of Stella. Now we have the bubble wrap technique, and I'll show you two others that I had done with that one. So this is basically the same. Oh, that's right. I forgot to do one thing. Well, now you can see if you don't do it, how it looks, as opposed to when you do. Remember the shavings? I'm going to add some more of that. I just like the way that looks on there. So I'm just going to add it now. Okay, then I'll fix my bow again. There we go. So now we have that technique. Let's close this up for a minute. Still going to be using that. Move these out of the way. Now for the real messy one, we're going to do a little shaving cream. Okay, if you've never seen this, this is fun. You don't need a lot of shaving cream, just enough for your project. And I take a cheap stick, or this is a paintbrush. Just move it out a little bit. Move it out. Get kind of like a square going here. This way you save. You could use a lot of shaving cream, but you don't want to do that. Okay. I'm going to save that right there. Now I'm going to bring in those re-inkers again. I'm going to bring in, I don't think I'm going to use the green this time. I'm going to use the Mango Melody. And you can use as many, you don't need a lot of drops, okay? You can see how many I'm doing here. This is Blackberry Bliss. And then I'm going to use the Mary Merlot. All right, that should be enough. I didn't want to add the green this time. And then I'm just going to swirl it. Don't be careful not to mix it too much, otherwise you'll have mud. So you're just mixing it like this. Okay? That's about all you need to do. Now, I do need to grab a baby wipe and wipe this off. Now I'm going to grab my piece of white. Now this is plain white because I have to let this dry. So I already have a piece done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this in here, just like that, and try to get it to all sides, just like that. No two cards will be alike. I'm going to lift that up, and you're going to have a lot of shaving cream on there. You never know what it's going to look like till you're done. Okay, now some people use their bone folders to do this. I don't recommend that because it will stain it. I recommend maybe a used credit card or gift card, but I have this little ruler. I'm going to hold it down and I'm just going to get the edge and I'm just going to wipe off that. And again, with my baby wipe, I'm going to clean that off. And then you can make another card. All the backgrounds are going to look different. Just move that over there. So there's how you make a shaving cream background. I already have mine done for you. And again, I'm going to clean this off because I knew we would have to let it dry. Let me grab another piece of blotter paper here. All right, so now I'm going to bring in the one that I've already done that's dry, and that is on the Shimmery White. You can see that it's messy on the back, but that's what happens. I'm going to bring in my Shimmery White paper. I love the Shimmery White paper. I don't use it enough, but I do use it a lot during the holidays. Okay, so I've already done this one, and it's the same size, 4 by 5 1/4. What I'm going to do is I have another little piece of white here, and that's the Shimmery White. I'm going to bring in that. I'm going to have to add a few more dots here because it was starting to dry out. I'm trying to keep them in the same spot so I get all the colors. So let me go in with some more of the mango. And you can do any colors you want. Granny apple green probably would have looked good too. All right. And a little green. When it starts spitting and sputtering like that, be careful because you don't want it to get on your projects. All right, we're going to go with that. I'm going to move this. I'm going to turn that over because I did get a little spatter there. I'm going to ink it up and move it around a little bit. And then I am going to stamp and hold for a second. And there I have that beautiful image again. Now I'm going to take my circle die from the Stylish Dies, and I'm going to cut that out. And I'll do that over here. And now I have this piece. This is actually going to go right on top of here. And I actually cut out another one of Blackberry Bliss, which I had left over from something. I'm going to put that right behind it. Look at that. And you guessed it, before I do that, I'm going to bring in that rest of my pastel. And I'm going to get inside there where maybe some of the ink didn't show up. Okay. I'm going to grab my So Grateful and the Mary Merlot. And at the lightest point, wherever the lightest ink is, I'm going to put So Grateful. I'm going to off-center this because I want that to show up. You could also cut it in half so that it shows up. But I just want a little bit of an edge there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Ooh, that looks good there. That's going to go on here. But now I'm going to grab my gold ribbon and just do this. Put that around there. Trim that. And then this one is going to, because it's a little warpy, I'm not going to use the dimensionals. I'm going to actually lay it down flat. Warpy. I don't know if warpy is really a word. It is in my vocabulary. Okay. So I'm going to lay that warpy little piece right here. Lay it nice and flat. This is actually going to go on top, and it is going to, you guessed it, dimensionals. Now, this was one that came with my paper pumpkin. Hopefully you saw that video and the gift-giving card kit one I did this week. And probably 3 of them would be enough for that. I'm going to add this right here. So grateful. I'm going to take that ribbon again. I'm going to slide it in here. I'm going to cut a piece off. Now, some of these techniques may not be new to you, but a lot of times they do get forgotten with all the new techniques and folds out there. So I wanted to bring them back. And this stamp set was perfect for all 3 of these. Okay, just fix my ribbon a little bit here, my bow. I'm going to trim this just a hair more. Same with this one. There we go. On the inside, so grateful for you. Again, let's see if we got any of this left. It should be enough to get an image. Oh yeah. You definitely want to let that dry a little bit too. Okay, if it's very wet, because otherwise if you close your card, you'll get that on the top of your card. So we're just going to do that here. Do that here. Oh my gosh, look at that. So that is technique number, originally I said 3, but really it's 4, because remember, you got this too. And I might have to use a new one on that. Let's see. There we go. Look at all that. Flip that over. I can even grab some of that fell off. And now I have shimmery envelopes. And I'm going to finish that off once that's dry. It's dry enough. I'm going to grab those rhinestone gems. And add those to my project. And there we have the shaving cream technique. I'll bring in the other one that I had done originally, but I like it better with just the one circle behind it. What do you think? So I'll bring those in again. Techniques, not only the shimmery envelope, we've got the shaving cream. We have the bubble wrap. We have a couple of those. And then we have just the baby wipe. I hope you enjoyed these techniques in this video today. Definitely leave me a comment, share my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook. And I did say I was going to announce something today, so I am announcing that tomorrow, October 1st, starts the new Stampin' Up! Year. So I will be, well, everybody, all the demonstrators that try to, will be going for the next incentive trip. However, that starts October 1st and runs till September 30th of next year. My exciting news is that I am only $8,000 away from earning my $500,000 career sales. Now, you know, at $1 million sales, you get to do a stamp set, but I'm pretty excited that I am almost at 500,000 for my career sales. So when I reach that, I do have a mini embossing folder, a mini embossing machine that I am going to be giving away free to someone. So how can you get in your chances to win on that? Every time you do one of these things, you will have a chance to win. From October 1st until I meet that $8,000 and do my $500,000 career sales, I will be taking all the names that order from me, or you can comment, you can share my videos, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, sign up for my newsletter. All those links are going to be below. And every time you do one of those things, your name gets in the drawing. So obviously, you can only sign up for my newsletter once, and you can comment as many times as you want, and you can share my videos as many times as you want. So every time you do something, one of those things, your name will be in the drawing. So you could be in the drawing 10 times. And I will be giving that embossing folder, embossing machine away. This is US only. I apologize. I can't ship that outside the US. Okay? So I'll be announcing that again. But until next time, keep on stamping, stampers. Thank you. Bye.